Being a vegan isn't a choice, it's a lifestyle. But is it the wrong one? I'm Bob from World 5 List. Join me as I reveal 8 ways that vegans are ruining the world. Number 8. It might actually be bad for the environment. Alright, so the first one's a little controversial, as there are reports saying that this is both true and not true. One of the biggest arguments for being a vegan is that it's less harmful to eat the foods that are within this food plan, yet not all people are really convinced. For example, scientists at Carnegie Mellon University state that not only is it not true, but veganism can, at times, be more harmful to the environment than people who eat meat. But how do they figure that? Well, according to them, because of how low in calorie intake that lettuce is, you'd actually have to eat a lot more of it to get your daily recommended calorie count, which is something I'll talk about later, and to that end, it makes lettuce 3 times as worse to the environment as bacon. Now, yes, fossil fuels are used to make a hamburger and other various meat products, and that does hurt the planet, but it also takes a while for meat to go bad when it's cooked. But lettuce, on the other hand, can go bad much quicker, which contributes to waste, which increases how much it can hurt the environment. Again, the points are conflicting, and both sides make interesting points, but from my perspective, I'd rather have the best of both worlds and have a bacon cheeseburger with lettuce. Number 7. It could harm children. It's a medical fact that what condition the parents are in will affect the child they potentially bear. This is why it's advised that you don't drink or smoke or do worse things during pregnancy, because your body is going to transfer those effects to the child within. However, you don't have to be on something to affect your child. Sometimes what you're eating can affect them too. Plus, when the child is born, the diet that you feed your child will affect its growth process. Studies show, because we all know how good studies are, right? That because the way the vegan diet is structured, young children of vegan parents won't get certain nutrients they need like B12 and calcium and zinc and high-quality proteins. Now, while this may seem relatively harmless at first, these vitamins and nutrients are very important for healthy living. Furthermore, without the foods that have these things in them, it could actually hurt the brain, reduce cognitive function. And I'm not going to say that being a vegan will make your child dumb, but it will definitely hurt. But it's okay. You'll love your children even if they aren't a straight-A student, right? Right? Hello? And now for number 6. But first, be sure to subscribe. Click the notification bell because you don't want to miss out on the latest videos, do you? Number 6. The power of almonds compel you. Now, when you look at the food plan for vegans, there are some foods that are undeniably healthy, one of which is the almond. I mean, after all, it is the super nut. Almonds are universally praised for a variety of nutrients, as well as a way that one can enjoy the power of the almond. Now, while I'm happy to say there's no issue with the almond itself in regards to how it can affect your body, there is an issue about how almonds are made and the effect they have on other plants. Here's a fun fact: 82% of the world's almond supply is in California. Now, did you know that? I didn't before making this list. On one hand, it's good to know that a state's known for making almonds, but on the other hand, it's a state that's also plagued by drought and wildfires. And almonds, well, they kind of need a lot of water to grow, which causes problems. That's because it takes about 5 liters of water for a single almond. Just one single almond. And with the growing desire for them, which is understandable on a certain level, there are more and more fields being planted. So, when the water needs to be allocated, a lot of it goes to the almonds because they're the most profitable, and this leaves other plants to rot and die, like the 62 million trees that died because of not having enough water in 2016. So, is it fair to say that veganism is causing non-vegan plants to die? It's kind of hard to ignore, or you can just blame humanity like everyone else does. Number 5. No more quinoa for you. Now, it's really sad when a craze actually hurts the place where the object came from, and that's the case of quinoa. This superfood was once a rare food only found in Peru, where it was eaten for centuries, and eventually it made its way to certain stores and certain health food places, which is nothing too out of the ordinary. However, in 2000, things really escalated, and everyone wanted to eat quinoa. Because of that, despite quinoa being a cash crop, the cost of getting it was tripled, and it also started making it super expensive to export. The price hike has made it so that Peruvian people can no longer enjoy the food that they have for over 700 years. Number 4. Blood guacamole. Avocados from Mexico. That's how the memorable jingle went, and avocados are very healthy, no doubt about it. Another essential part of the vegan diet as well. However, just like the almond, there's a dark history lurking within how avocados are grown. You see, avocados are one of Mexico's greatest exports, and in 2016, they made 1.5 billion. Yeah, billion with a B, by shipping avocados out all over the world, which is really quite a profit. But you see, people who own the vast majority of the avocado fields in Mexico are the drug cartels. The Caballeros Templarios, or quite ironically, the Knights Templar. Yeah, cartels do have a sense of humor for sure, but they also use their avocado fields to help fund their other transactions, along with laundering money, and given how profitable and popular the fields are, they're clearly cleaning up. But because it is such a lucrative endeavor, they're also very, very protective of their property and their profit margins. So they've gone to extreme lengths to get more land, get more cut of the profit, and ensure cooperation. And if you don't cooperate, you die. And thus came the phrase, blood guacamole. Now, I could say a line right now about how if you're a vegan, you support a drug cartel, but I'm above such statements. Number 3, the high runs off. Those who've made certain life changes on their own free will are known to have an emotional and physical high, such as when they give up alcohol or begin exercising on a regular basis. You can well and truly feel the difference in your body and mind, and when you switch a diet, you often feel the same thing. That's the main reason why people change to either vegetarian or vegan. It's because they want the thrill of feeling better. Oh, and to be fair, you do feel better at first, because without certain junk in your body, it's running cleaner and leaner, and you'll often feel more energetic, won't be bogged down by fatty foods, and other chemicals that can make you feel sluggish. However, like all highs, they don't last. The problem with the vegan diet is that it doesn't give you everything you need to survive. So while your body will have reserves of the necessary vitamins, nutrients, and minerals required to survive and be healthy, they'll eventually run out. And when they do, you're going to suffer. Many studies have shown the long-term effects of a vegan diet are significant and can include such serious things as mental health issues. One that's been documented is that depression comes a whole lot more easy to those who are on the diet. So ask yourself, is cutting out meat and fish worth going through the depression? I really don't think so. There are even some studies that state that long-term eating of vegan foods can increase the risk you have of getting cancer and heart disease, which is definitely not worth it. Number 2, hormone confusion. Now, here's a fact. Hormones are a key part of the body. They help us to determine which gender we are. Another fact. Hormones affect our mood and personality. Another fact. Being vegan, well, it can screw up your hormones and thinking and how to react to certain things. And that's bad. Now, for those who aren't vegans, here's a pop quiz. What is the symbol of the vegan lifestyle? I'll wait. Did you say the soya bean? Well, if so, you're right. That's because the bean is one of the key parts of the vegan food table, and many have dubbed it the perfect health food. But it's not exactly true. You see, soybeans have a thing called anti-nutrients, and it is a real thing, and more importantly, a dangerous thing. For one, the anti-nutrients are bad for hormones. The anti-nutrients in question? Phytoestrogens. Now, to be fair, when something like soy milk is made, it's fermented, which completely eradicates the phytoestrogens. However, in the West, a lot of unfermented soy milk is given out, so if you're vegan, drinking unfermented soy milk, among other things with phytoestrogens, is really going to put your body through some changes that you won't appreciate. No, really, it's going to suck. And the whole kicker, you can both become infertile. The lesson, that if you want kids, don't be a vegan. I'm kind of joking on the last one, but it is a serious problem with the vegan diet. And now, number 1. Being a vegan doesn't help you get protein. I want you to think back to your days at school. No, skip over pizza day, and I know that it's painful to recall, but please try. Do you remember health class? Remember when they talked about the food pyramid and how important it was to get certain servings of foods every day and week? Well, if you're vegan, you're kind of ignoring most of the pyramid, and that is a problem in the long run. Your body needs food to survive, but it also needs certain nutrients to grow strong and healthy. The food you eat actually determines whether that happens for you or not. Shocker. One of the key things that your body needs is protein, which helps your muscles stay strong and your immune system perform in top shape. However, when you're a vegan, there aren't a whole lot of foods that are available to you that are high in protein. Now, some vegans might be going, wait a minute, what about hemp? Those products are high in protein, and they are, but there's a catch with hemp products, like its powder or seeds. It's because they contain a lot of polyunsaturated fatty acids, or PUFA, and having too much PUFA can lead to a lot of health problems. The other problem is that if you don't get enough protein in your diet, your body's going to suffer. You'll find issues with your hair and nails, you'll notice your body's getting sickly, and you're not even getting healthy like you want to. You can even develop edema. Now, I'm not saying it's impossible to get the protein you need via the vegan lifestyle, but it is more difficult, and sometimes you don't really have the time to figure out what you need to stay healthy. The whole point of it all is, if you're vegan, you're against protein. Kind of, sort of, and I'll just stop right there. Thanks for watching. What do you think about the vegan lifestyle? Did some of my facts surprise you, or are you a vegan and absolutely hate me now? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time on World 5.